Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl NT, and I'm so excited to be here with you today because I have a very special topic I'm ready to share with you. I have a feeling this is for someone watching this video. Like I've said before, this is not a coincidence that you saw this video. This message is meant for you. Ending negative cycles. This is a powerful message and I was inspired. I did see someone else talk about this in a video. I can leave it linked down below, but it inspired me. It bubbled up in me and now I want to overflow it to you. So let's just get into it. When we talk about negative cycles, a lot of times people bring up nature versus nurture. And one of them is nature, which says basically you are made up of your genetics, okay? Everything from your behavior to what you crave to eat all come from your parents and the genes they pass down to you. The other side is nurture, and that basically says your environment, where you were nurtured, is what determines your behavior and who you are. But in reality, it's a little bit of both. But what nature versus nurture does not account for is your free will and your ability to choose which traits you want to keep and let go. And while we discuss ending negative cycles, that is what this process is. It is acknowledging things that you inherited from your environment, from your parents, genetically or through your nurture, looking at what is good and what is bad. We make an honest choice to keep the good and leave the bad behind. Now I want to list a few negative cycles that we could be experiencing. I'm not going to be listing all of them by any means, but just to name a few. Addiction. This could be through drugs or alcohol or any other form of addiction. A poverty mindset. Maybe you grew up in an environment where there was always lack. Anger. This could be witnessing a parent get really angry all the time. Codependency. Not feeling okay on your own, always having to be in a relationship, always having to be around people, being overly fearful, fearing the worst in every situation. Perhaps you even act on those fears sometimes. Abuse, a super big one. If you grew up in an abusive household, then you're more likely to be in an abusive relationship yourself or be an abuser. Unforgiveness. This one tends to fall under the table. A lot of people don't even notice that they've inherited unforgiveness in their life. Victim mentality. The world is ending. The world is after me. I am a victim in every situation. Now, obviously, there are so many more negative cycles out there. I just listed these specific ones because I feel like there could be some individuals watching this video where one of them or multiple of them stuck out to you. But this video is about ending negative cycles, and in order for us to do that, we first need to acknowledge them, and that requires us to be honest with ourselves. Being honest with ourselves is harder than it seems. We hear the word toxic thrown around a lot in modern culture. A lot of people call other people toxic. Like, we have this idea there are good people and toxic people, when the truth is every single person has inherited a battle they didn't choose. However, the good news is it is your choice whether you win or lose this battle. The goal should always be to understand we all have forms of toxicity. And I think we can all agree that toxicity is not good and not what we really want in our life. So Natalia, if it really is my choice on if I win or lose this battle that I inherited, how do I do that? Well, first, I want to share how it is that we lose immediately this battle against negative cycles. The only way we can't win is when we unknowingly justify our negative behaviors. And we do this through two different ways, through self-pity and entitlement. These are the two ways that we can accidentally agree with negative cycles without even knowing it. So first, I want to start with the self-pity. This is when you say to yourself, if people were nicer to me, then I wouldn't respond the way that I do. Maybe if I had more money, I wouldn't be so depressed. Or you could even be saying, Natalia, my life is too far gone. I've been an addict for way too long and there's no going back now. Those are the pit of self-pity and they will keep you where you are. The second one is entitlement, and both of these tend to actually go together. But a few examples of entitlement could be, I've been working overtime, so I think I've earned a little respect. I shouldn't have to ask, you should offer. Natalia, if you only knew what I've been through, then you would understand me. Entitlement is the complete opposite of self-pity. It's saying, I justify my negative traits because I deserve to be negative. In contrast to the self-pity, which says, I have no control over my negativity. Both of these are a lie, and the good news is you 100% are able to control the breaking of the negative cycles in your life. And honestly, that is how darkness stays alive. Like generationally, it's passed down through the mindsets, but thankfully through neuroplasticity and our brain, we are able to rewire the way we think. And just because we're in a habit of thinking a certain way, it makes it easier to think that way. You can break it through starting new habits. If you guys want a video on how to break old mindsets and old thought patterns, let me know. I can do a habits video or a neuroplasticity video. Now, if anything I've said up to this point is causing you to almost blame your parents, that is also how we just completely lose out. We cannot blame the generations before us. Pointing a finger at someone else but refusing to look at yourself is foolish, when the reality is they probably just didn't know. One of my favorite quotes, one of the most famous lines, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So as soon as we are able to forgive and acknowledge it is our personal choice and responsibility to look at our own lives and not other people's, that is when we can begin the winning process. So here is how we win the battle of ending negative cycles. Acknowledging things like, I'm not a perfect being just as I am. This one might be a little controversial because it's very popular right now in ideology to think we are all perfect exactly the way we are. And I understand the heart behind that, but it's unfortunately not truth. If we all just thought we were perfect all the time, then there would be no need for growth. Another one, no one owes me anything. This is so huge because time and time again in my own journey, I caught myself feeling entitled and owed things by people simply because I was a good person to them, or I did something for them, or gave them a gift. I've had to realize within myself that if I want to maintain friendships, I can't constantly keep score. And it's true, no matter how good of a person you try to be, no one ever owes you a thing. Another one. It's my personal responsibility to choose goodness. No one can force their will onto your life. No one is going to make you or force you to choose good. Not even God forces his will onto people. So if God himself cannot make people look for the good in life, no one else is going to make you do that either. It has to be a personal choice to seek goodness, true goodness, and acknowledge that you do have the ability to choose. And finally, I am not a product of my environment. My environment is a product of who I am. This one is my favorite because so many times we get caught up in those negative cycles when we think life is about responding to our environment. Like life is just happening to you, not from you. Like, oh my gosh, I will finally be happy when I get enough money, or I'll finally be able to be a good person and donate to charity if I get that raise, or when I'm able to have a baby, like then I'll have a successful marriage. All of those things are you responding to your environment. But once you realize it's actually the other way around, your environment responds to you and where you put your identity and who you choose to be, that is what will motivate you to start breaking negative cycles in your life, because it's gonna reflect like a mirror in your world. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is all I have for you today. I'm gonna dive right into our words. My words that I'm putting at the end of these videos, I go into prayer in the morning and I get very specific words that I list at the end of the video that may resonate with you on an individual level. And if any of these words are significant to you, then that means everything that I said in this video is 100% for you. Like, do not question it. I got a snake tattoo, so maybe you have a snake tattoo or you really want one. A crow or a black bird. The names Chris, Christopher, or Kristen. I also saw lions. So if you're a person where like lions are important to you or an important symbol. And finally, I saw a flame and it represented hope. So the flame of hope that never dies or never goes out. I really love that one. I thought it was amazing. When I saw it, it was like, this person keeps getting knocked down over and over, but that flame of hope has always stayed lit. So if any of those words are for you, take them and receive it, grab it, don't question it. And I hope you continue to join me on this channel for this new series, I guess. I'm very grateful that you are tuning in, and I hope you're having a great day. And if you have any recommendations for topics that you'd like, let me know. I would certainly take them into consideration. And if anything in this video spoke to you, share your testimony in the comments as well. And I love you guys again. I'm so grateful that you're here. This is amazing. Like, the inspiration is flowing, and I just love you guys. So with that said, I thoroughly hope you enjoyed. And most of all, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. God bless you guys. Bye.